What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK, and here on TGK TV today, we're going to talk about Eternals. I just left the movie theater, and there's going to be my fresh thoughts coming out of that theater. Let you know how I felt about this movie. So, let's go. Alright, so first things first, I liked the movie, but I also didn't like it. I felt like the execution of it was kind of weird in a way. It was kind of lazy to me. So it's about these Eternals that are created by the celestial god, this main guy, right? He creates these beings to protect Earth at this time from certain creatures, and they're eternal, right? They live forever as long as they don't get killed. But if you watch the movie, you'll know that they're kind of not that eternal in a way. And I hope I ain't spoiling too much, but I was enjoying the movie, very much so. It's Marvel. $200 million went into this project. Mind you, the previous day I just watched Dune, and that was like 165 million, and that was shot so beautifully. They were so meticulous in that movie. So I came into this movie like, oh shit, 35 million more. It should be just as good, right? It's just as long. It should be just as good. Now I'm not trying to compare it, so I definitely was able to separate the two. But I just do feel that this movie could have been a little bit, it could have been executed a little bit better. As far as how they went about playing with these characters and how they approach things. Because if these characters are on Earth for thousands upon thousands of years, they are probably the most experienced beings on Earth. And their decision making, or lack thereof, or their ability to make a decision just seems so human-like. And I guess from a story writing perspective, I guess there's something to appreciate about that. But also, they're Eternals. They're little demigods. They're not supposed to be like us, right? But they appear so much like us in their emotions, in their memories, in how they feel about you and I on this earth, right? There's certain characters on here that you could definitely relate to. And there's also certain characters on here that I grew a huge dislike for. And I hope this isn't too spoilerish, but there are certain characters that I did not like in this movie based on how they were portrayed or just the decisions that they made. The fact that the movie was able to make me hate certain characters, I was like, you know what? I guess that's a good thing. The fact that you could make me hate a character in a movie, you did a good job. So I'm looking at it as a positive. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. It was a good watch. It was very entertaining. It's a lot of laughs, very Marvel-like, a lot of CGI. It's just sad that Marvel still does the whole, if it's a serious moment, let's kill the monotony with some laughter. Like that is something that they're becoming very notorious for. And I wish that not that they go a little more darker, not like DC. But I hope that they start treating certain serious moments actually serious. Because now that I mentioned DC, they mentioned DC in the movie, which is weird. I guess I'm spoiling something, but I'm going to leave it at that. But there's also other things in this movie that you'll probably hear before you even go. There's going to be the controversial thing about the superhero, the kiss in the movie, a certain kiss in the movie. Now, I know there's going to be one side of the coin that's not for it. I know the other side of the coin, they're going to be for it. I saw the movie. I think the way they went about portraying that character was just a tad bit lazy. They could have done a better job to make that one scene that everyone is talking about a little bit more understanding and more relatable. Because the main characters that are in a relationship, they built that up. They made their interaction relatable. They made it meaningful. But then when it came to the one famous scene that you're going to hear about, I feel like it was so sudden that they could have done a better job about it. And I think they could have avoided all this quote unquote controversy that they're going to get. But that's just my only 2 cents on that. I think they could have done a better job doing the whole portrayal of it, right? But all the actors, they did a great job. They acted so well in this movie. They all had decent chemistry with each other. And there's not too much to dislike about the movie. It's just I feel like the whole execution of it was just something that was just like there was something left on the table, and they just didn't delve into it. I feel like there was easy outs as far as like the villains. You literally, they created a villain. You had your original villains that they're dealing with. Then you had the main villain that they can't even deal with. And then they developed the third little subunit of villains. And I don't know. I left the movie. I liked it. I mean, if you know Kit Harington, he's Jon Snow. At a certain point in the movie, he says, "I love you, Cersei," and it was just funny for me to hear that as a Game of Thrones fan watcher. And I hope I ain't spoiling nothing, but yeah, you're gonna have a good time watching this movie. If you're a critic of movies and you kind of see everything that they could have improved on, you'll probably see the things that I'm talking about, or you'll probably relate to that they could have improved this movie just with delving into more of that psychological aspect of humans. Because if these are externals, they are externals, but if they're eternals and they've been around here for thousands upon thousands of years, like their decision making was very childlike. And I wish it wasn't so childlike, but I guess if you involve emotions, they became very human-like. And if you're an eternal, that's where it's kind of tough for me. But I guess it's easy to make them relatable in that fashion. But I wanted to see how they would have gone about it if they weren't so relatable, right? But then that kind of would kill the whole purpose of the movie. So then, what the hell is the point of this movie? And that's another question. I left this movie wondering, like, where does this fit right now in this whole MCU? You know, we know the main characters, right? Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, all that stuff, right? But I just don't know where does this movie fall in the whole picture of Marvel. I feel like they could have done this movie like 5 to 10 years from now, and it would have hit perfectly in that time span. Because now the next movie is Spider-Man, and then we got Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther 2 and all these other movies. Like, why not just focus on fleshing these movies out? And then I guess once we start losing some of the characters, you know, per the plot or per the phases, then we get into Eternals. But I don't know. It just didn't feel like it belonged right now. And I guess as a Marvel fan, I guess I'm not a Marvel buff. I don't know all the comics. I don't know all the storylines. And I'm just looking at this as objectively as I can. I left that movie wondering, like, well, what's next, right? There are some end scenes. There's 2 end scenes after the movie. Stick around to watch it. But, I mean, it's not like I'm going to want to watch this a second time. It's not that I'm going to think about it too much after this. But it is a good watch. It is a fun time. And you will enjoy your time watching this movie. It's just, I kind of left wondering, like there was the ending. I left the movie like, you know, the Michael Myers movie, Halloween Kills. If you saw the ending, it was kind of like, it went out on a whimper in a way. This didn't go on a whimper, but it just kind of went on a, where the hell are we going, right? And anybody in the comments is going to be like, you know where we're going. Oh, there we're going here. And I'm not trying to spoil it, but I don't know. I just think the execution of this movie could have been a lot better. So now 2 minutes of spoiler talk, real quick. So the spoiler talk, I did not like Sprite. I did not like Icarus, and I did not like Kingo, but I did like his cameraman. As far as the Angelina Jolie character, Athena, she was a headache. As far as like her mind being able to tell her things, and then she's trying to kill her own friends. Like, if she could see in the future, why is she trying to kill her own friends? And then the whole Ajax, I think it's Ajax. Like, the fact that she knew about the whole Celestials having to be born to create the worlds and all the power, and how they transfer energy to create more billions of, you know, universes in space. How you keep that away from the people that you're working with. And she's been alive for millions of years, while the people that she's working with have been alive for thousands of years. However, the main guy, wasn't it Icarus, he knew all about this stuff. And as far as the way he killed himself in the movie, was such a coward. Everything he did in this movie was so coward-like. I don't even know why he got Cersei. So the movie made me hate certain characters and certain decisions that they made. But I don't know. I guess I don't know enough of this comic to know the decision makings of these characters in this movie, but some of the decisions just was flat out didn't make sense to me. I was just like, why are you doing this? If Ikaris is the strongest character, why would he do the weakest thing in the movie? And I guess it's to make him relatable, but it didn't make sense, you know. Anyway, that was enough of the spoiler talk. Go watch it. You'll enjoy it. And I don't know. I ain't going to watch it again. But it was a good watch. But I'm definitely looking forward to Spider-Man, which is next month. So hopefully when we get to it, it's a lot better than Eternals. Anyway, guys, been your boy TGK. We'll catch you on the next one.